Good morning mga ka-FOI. I'm Joey Jimenez, one of your hosts for today's FOI at 10, a decade of transparency, a commitment to public trust.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Trish Marana naman po as the co-host for this event. Whether you're joining us here as a partner agency or as an FOI officer, a civil society advocate, or someone visiting the Mall of Asia, yes, target namin kayo to be FOI advocates at the end of this. We are glad that you are here with us today.
Today, Ms. Trish marks the 10 years since the signing of Executive Order Number 2 Series of 2016.
And 10 years is a long time, Sir Zoe.
And so is that statement, Ms. Trish. And if you think about it, many of our students walking around the mall today have grown alongside the Freedom of Information program.
Which says something about the importance of today's celebration. For some people, FOI has always been there. For others, today might be the first time they're hearing about this, and we are excited to share it with you.
And that's okay because the goal isn't simply to look back at the last 10 years. It is also to share what the program or the FOI has meant to people and the work that continues behind it, as well as where can FOI can go from here.
Exactly, Sir Zoe. But before we continue, would like to welcome those watching us through the FOI Philippines Facebook page. So magandang umaga po sa inyo. Thank you for spending part of your morning with us. Feel free to leave a comment or your congratulatory message sa FOI team, or share your thoughts with us.
Of course, let us know where you are coming from, anong agency.
Yes, exactly.
Or kung saan man kayo sa Pilipinas, just comment on our FOI Facebook page and Instagram.
Of course.
And also, just a heads up, our photographers and videographers from the Presidential Communications Office are documenting today's celebration. So you may be captured in photos and videos throughout this event.
Yes.
So just a privacy notice lang, Ms. Trish,
Yes.
The materials will be used for documentation and promotional purposes of FOI program, our partner agencies in One-Stop Shop, and our venue partner, the SM Mall of Asia.
So if you happen to see a camera nearby, ayan, don't be shy, Give our nagagwapuhang photographers your best smile, diba? Share it with them. Baka mapasama kayo sa ating anniversary highlight video.
Don't be shy, just smile.
Correct. Now to lead us, to move on to our program proper, to lead us in the opening prayer and the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, we are honored to have with us the Centro Escolar University Singers of Manila.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will request everyone to rise.
pag-ibig sa manlulupi, di ka pasisil sa dagat at bundok sa simoy, sa langit magbukaw, may dilag kang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na naglilinglig, ang bituin na araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you, CEU Singers Manila. May we request everyone to kindly take their seats, please? Ayan, good morning, Sir Zoe.
Good morning,
Kamusta
Ms.
ka
Trish.
naman?
Yes.
A very exciting day for us transparency advocates, no? Ayan. Ayan, so hintayin lang natin. Kaya talaga pag live, medyo may ano tayo.
Again, thank you very much to CEU Singers Manila. So at this juncture, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guest for today's event. First on the list, we have the officials and representatives from the Presidential Communications Office.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
We also have the transparency partners from the government, civil society organizations, and international development institutions.
Thank you for being with us po no today. Even kayo po ay napaka-busy. Thank you. And as well as the rest of the FOI community joining us today at the Mall of Asia and online via Facebook live stream. Hello, hello. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na suporta sa pagsalubong ng transparency at sa malayang pagkuha ng impormasyon.
Okay, from Malacanang to Mall of Asia.
Correct, di ba? From a tiny office in Malacanang now to SM Mall of Asia with
Exactly.
our supporters, no?
A decade of implementing the freedom of information is really a story about people, the public servants, tayo yon, who built the systems and processes, our partners who push for greater openness and accountability, and of course, the citizens who choose to ask questions and exercise their right to know.
And you'll meet many of them throughout today and tomorrow's program. So I hope no, huwag kayong bibitaw sa amin. You'll hear from government leaders and long-standing partners, revisit milestones, and explore what's up ahead. And because we're celebrating here at the Mall of Asia, everyone is invited to take part. Mayroon tayong government services dyan sa likod, no? Later, it will be open. It will welcome everyone. May mga booths and may mga pa-games, no? There will be talks and other activities katulad ng mga FOI photo wall.
Photo
that we
walls
have,
on the
yan.
both sides of
Yeah,
the
so if you'd like to encapsulate this moment, please feel free to do so.
Transparency is often discussed in conference rooms and meeting halls, but today, until tomorrow, Ms. Trish,
Yes.
we're discussing it in a place where people actually are, here in SM Mall of Asia.
Which actually, Sir Joya, feels very fitting for a program that exists to bring government information closer to the public.
Exactly. Now, moving right along to formally welcome us to today's celebration, let's hear a special message from the Ad Interim Secretary of the Presidential Communications Office.
Nakilala ko ng konti, no, ang ating secretary. Throughout his career in media, communications, and public affairs, he has consistently championed the importance of an informed public and the role of transparency in building public trust.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for the welcome message of Ad Interim Secretary Dave M. Gomez.
Distinguished guests, fellow public servants, fellow advocates of the right to information, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Today, we celebrate something powerful, 10 years of transparency and our unbreakable commitment to public accountability and trust. 10 years ago, Executive Order Number 2 was issued. This order did not create a new right. It simply recognized what we have always been ours. The Constitution is clear. The people have the right to know. Information in the hands of government belongs to the people. 10 years ago, we made a bold decision. We opened the doors. We said no more secrets, no more closed rooms. Government decisions must happen in full view of the people we serve. Information is not power to be hidden. It is a public resource to be shared. We gave flesh to another constitutional provision that public office is public trust, and government officials and employees must always be accountable to the people. Accountability demands transparency, and transparency demands people's right to information is unhampered by bureaucratic processes or unreasonable restrictions. Because of FOI, real change has happened. Institutions are more open, processes are clearer. More Filipinos are now asking questions, demanding answers, and taking part in governance. Citizens are no longer just watching, they are participating. They are shaping the future of this country. We have come far, but our work is far from finished. Transparency must now not just be for show, it must be real, consistent, and felt by every Filipino people. Our goal is clear, a government that is not only open, but truly accessible, responsive, and accountable to the people. Today, we reaffirm a strong promise. We will continue building a government that earns the people's trust every single day, not through words, but through action. I thank our partners, stakeholders, and especially the Freedom of Information Program Management Office. Your dedication and hard work have turned the right to information from a promise into a living reality. Let us keep pushing forward. Let us keep the doors open. Let us keep the light of transparency burning ever so bright. Let us make the right to information law happen. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang FOI.
Thank you very much, Sec Dave, for your warm welcome message. Ikaw ba, Sir Joey, baka meron kang gustong pasalamatan?
Thank you very much, Sir Dave, for lending me the dress.
Mali.
Mali ba?
Sa'yo yan. Hindi yan yung kay Sec Dave. Magkamukha lang. Ayan. Thank you for reminding us, Sec, that transparency must not only be shown, but it must be real, consistent, and has to be felt by every Filipino. After 10 years, this continues to inform how the government engages with the public.
And the work of transparency has never belonged to government alone. We know that, Ms. Trish.
Of
no?
course.
Over the years, the FOI program has benefited from the support of advocates and institutions who continue to push for greater openness and accountability. Now, it's time we hear from some of these partners.
I'm excited. For quite some time, the FOI program and the Philippine Open Government Partnership have worked closely together in supporting the development of the proposed Right to Information Act through numerous dialogues and consultation sessions with the government, civil society, and other stakeholders, Sir Joey.
And so, to deliver the first message, please welcome the Undersecretary of the Department of Budget and Management and the Supervising Senior Official of the PHOGP. Let's all welcome Undersecretary Wilford Will L. Wong.
Palakpakan po natin. Yusek, the floor is yours.
Good morning po sa ating lahat. I'd like to greet our fellow colleagues and guests sa table na aking kinaupuan. Hindi ko na po isa-isahin and dahil very important po sila kesa sa akin. Good morning to our colleagues in the government, representatives from the civil society, development partners, members of the media, and our champions of open governance. It is a privilege to join you today as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of Executive Order Number 2, Series of 2016, the landmark directive that operationalized Filipinos' right to information within the executive branch. A decade ago, we affirmed a fundamental democratic truth. Government information belongs to the people. Access to information is not a bureaucratic luxury. It is a catalyst that empowers citizens to actively shape public policy. As we look back at the last 10 years, we confidently say na malayo pa, pero malayo na. At the Department of Budget and Management, we believe that fiscal discipline is impossible without absolute transparency. Every budget allocation and public investment carries a strict responsibility to deliver measurable outcomes. Under the leadership of Acting Secretary Kim Robert C. De Leon and his steadfast support to the Philippine Open Government Partnership, the DBM has moved from reactive compliance to proactive disclosure. This year, we have institutionalized through this commitment through two landmark policies. DBM Circular Letter Number 2026-4, mandating public posting of budget proposals at the earliest stage of the fiscal process. DBM Circular Letter Number 2026-6, establishing concrete guidelines to embed open government principles directly into all agency programs, activities, and projects. And Project Compass, our strategic initiative designed to guide citizens and government alike through complex data, public data, ensuring that open data is not just accessible, but easily navigable, comprehensible, and actionable for everyday Filipinos. Through these measures, we are proving that public finance is not a closed-door technical exercise. By leveraging digital technology, we are making the national budget open, searchable, accountable to every Filipino. The FOI program is ultimately about trust. But as we celebrate a decade of progress, we must also recognize that executive mandates are only the first step. The defining challenge of our time is to turn temporary policy into permanent law. It is time to pass the Right to Information Bill, an enabling law that is essentially to fully entrench and protect the people's right to know across all branches of government. We highly commend Congress for its ongoing legislative efforts to make this a reality. And we urge all sectors to keep up the momentum. To the FOI-PMO team and all our agency partners keeping this advocacy vibrant, thank you, and you will never be forgotten for the work that you have done. Palakpakan po naman natin ang ating FOI-PMO. As we look toward the next decade, the DBM through the HOGP-PMO stands fully committed to this alliance. We will continue to use open government platforms to unite government, civil society, and citizens. Let us build a future where transparency is the default and where every Filipino is empowered not just to ask and access, but also to act and participate. Again, thank you very much and good morning to everyone.
Thank you very much, Yusek Wilford. Maraming salamat po for gracing us with your presence today. The value behind open government and freedom of information have always gone hand in hand. Both emphasize that public institutions work best when people are informed and involved. And I'm sure everyone agrees with that. At gusto din po namin, batiin ang aming friends from Pasay City Mayor's Office. Hello po. Thank you po for taking your time to join us today. Alam po namin busy sa LGU parate. Thank you. Yan. Our next message of support will come from someone who spent decades advancing governance and education reforms and remains to be one of leading voices behind the continuing push for FOI legislation in the country. Alam kong meron na po kayong mga guests kung sino siya. Ayan. And it is an honor for me to welcome him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Attorney Nepomuceno Malaluan, co-convener of the Right to Know Right Now Coalition. Attorney?
Sa office ni Secretary Dave Gomez, sa mga champions ng FOI sa Presidential Communications Office kay Assistant Secretary Mariel Eduarte, at sa FOI-PMO Head si Attorney Danica Orculio ng FOI-PMO team. Ang katuwang ng PCO, ang DBM, si Undersecretary Wilford Wong. Ang bisita mula sa Armed Forces natin, si Rear Admiral J. Tariela, Attorney Kirby Tibayan of UNODC, at sa lahat ng ating mga partners, government agencies, civil society, at development community. Magandang umaga po. 10 taon, 10 years ago, as the then incoming administration was preparing to assume office, they reached out to the Right to Know Right Now Coalition to consult on the drafting of an executive order on the right to information. And we were very happy to contribute our comments and inputs to what would become Executive Order number 2, promulgated on July 23, 2016, very early in the administration, operationalizing for the executive branch the people's constitutional right to information. And what followed was the operationalization of EO2 under the leadership of the Presidential Communications Office through the FOI Program Management Office. And one of its champions is here also, si Undersecretary Chris Ablan, who's still with government but is an adopted member of the Right to Know Right Now Coalition. And this executive order has now run for a decade and has endured across 2 administrations. And EO number 2 has provided an invaluable opportunity to develop practical experience in processing requests, managing disclosure, establishing standards, and building institutional capacity. It demonstrated that freedom of information ay hindi lamang po isang constitutional aspiration, pero pwedeng maging realidad. And through sustained capacity building, technical assistance, standard setting, and patient engagement with government agencies, the FOI-PMO helped transform a constitutional principle into an everyday administrative practice. And in the process, it has demonstrated that transparency can be implemented responsibly, that the anticipated administrative challenges can be managed, and that the culture of constructive engagement between government and citizen can be built. And as we congratulate the PCO and the FOI-PMO and celebrate their achievements for the past decade, sana po itong 10th anniversary will also be remembered as the eve o bisperas ng pagpasa ng People's Right to Know, a Comprehensive Right to Information Act. At ngayon po ay we are closer than ever before. Both the House of Representatives and the Senate have approved the respective right to information bills on 3rd reading. At ang mahalaga ay itong legislation na ito, the versions that have been approved on 3rd reading, enjoys an unusual degree of convergence among the legislators, government agencies, the bureaucracy, media organizations, civil society advocates, and other stakeholders. And it is embodied the years of accumulated experience, dialogue, and trust building, and learning about how access to information can work in practice. So ngayon po ay ang natitira na lamang ay ang bicameral conference committee process to reconcile the two versions, ang ratification by both houses and presidential action, and the Right to Information Act will finally become reality. And when that day comes, it will not diminish Executive Order number 2, but rather it will complete what EO number 2 successfully began. So, on behalf of the Right to Know Right Now Coalition, we congratulate the Presidential Communications Office, the FOI Program Management Office, the Department of Budget and Management, our partners in government and civil society, at lahat po na nagtrabaho over the past decade to make the people's constitutional right to know a living democratic practice. Maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga.
Again, thank you very much, Attorney Nepomuceno A. Malaluan. For many years, the Right to Know Right Now Coalition has been among the strongest advocates for the people's right to information even before the actual operationalization of FOI program in 2016. So again, thank you very much po. Our third message of support will be delivered by someone who has worked closely with government institutions in strengthening transparency, integrity, and anti-corruption efforts. To deliver the message, may we invite on stage Attorney Kirby Tibayan, the National Program Officer of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime Anti-Corruption Program.
Acting Secretary Dave Gomez, Undersecretary Wilford Will Wong, Assistant Secretary Mariel Eduarte, the dedicated team of the Freedom of Information Program Management Office, Attorney Nepomuceno Malaluan and the Right to Know Right Now Coalition, Director Glenn Miranda of the Philippine Open Government Partnership, distinguished guests, friends and partners, good morning. It is an honor to convey, on behalf of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, our warmest congratulations on 10 years of the Freedom of Information Program. 10 years ago this month, Executive Order Number 2 opened the records of the executive branch to the Filipino people, not as a favor, but as a right. Since then, more than 250,000 requests have been processed through the FEFOI portal across more than 700 government agencies. Behind each of those requests is a citizen, a journalist verifying how public funds were spent, a student researching her community, a fisherfolk cooperative seeking the rules that govern their livelihood. This is what transparency looks like when it works. Not as an abstraction, but a daily act of trust between the state and its people. And yet, the most remarkable chapter of this story is being written now. For 39 years since the ratification of the 1987 Constitution, a right to information law has been filed and refiled in every Congress. For 39 years, the answer was not yet. This year, that changed. On the 4th of May, the Senate passed the People's Freedom of Information Act on third reading unanimously. On the 2nd of June, the House of Representatives passed the Right to Information Act, 284 votes, none against. No Congress in history has come this far. The Philippines stands at the threshold of transforming a decade of practice into a permanent statutory right, one that will bind not only the executive, but every branch and every level of government. This is what the United Nations Convention Against Corruption asks of all states parties. Article 10 calls for transparency in public administration. Article 13 for the active participation of society, ensured through effective access to information. It is also the promise of Sustainable Development Goal 16.10, public access to information as a foundation of just, peaceful, and inclusive societies. UNODC is proud to have accompanied this journey. Since 2024, we have worked with the Presidential Communications Office and the FOI Program Management Office to benchmark the Philippine framework against international standards. In 2025, we convened civil society, many of the advocates in this room, to chart strategies for building public demand. And this year, we brought together youth advocates and local champions to carry the message of transparency to local governments across the country. At every step, we found the same thing. Filipinos do not need to be persuaded of their right to know. They need only the instruments to exercise it. Allow me, in that spirit, to acknowledge the government of Sweden, whose support has made UNODC's work on the right to information in the Philippines possible. Friends, an anniversary is a moment to look back. But this one, I believe, asks us to look forward. When the Right to Information Act becomes law, the work will not end. As Attorney Nepomuceno mentioned, it will begin. Implementation will demand trained information officers, narrow and disciplined exceptions, and an oversight mechanism with real authority. UNODC stands ready, as we have been for the past 3 years, to support the Philippines in making this real right in practice, not only on paper. To the FOI Project Management Office and the Presidential Communications Office, congratulations on 10 years open. To the coalition of advocates who never stopped asking, thank you. And to the Filipino people, the next decade of openness belongs to you. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang karapatan sa impormasyon.
Thank you so much, Attorney Kirby. Maraming salamat po. Yan. And please join us in giving another round of applause to all our partners for their continued support of transparency and access to information. Maraming salamat po.
Now, over the last hour, we've heard reflections from government leaders and long-standing partners who have helped shape the FOI program. But before we look ahead, we'd like to take a moment to look back.
10 years can be told through milestones, policies, and numbers, but perhaps the best measure of any public program, and I'm sure you will agree, Sir Joe, is how it affects the people it was created to serve.
And this year, the FOI program launches a new docuseries of stories from eFOI users whose request made a difference in their work, studies, and their respective communities. Now, ladies and gentlemen, kindly direct your attention on screen. Let's all watch the pilot episode of FOI Stories,
Real People, Real Impact.
My name is Christopher Paulo Ramirez, a senior high school teacher at Taguig Science High School and a research coach for the Regional Science and Technology Fair under the Mathematics and Computational Science category for the last 3 years, representing Taguig City and Pateros. Actually, ang main goal lang naman talaga ng research namin was to better understand yung thalassemia cases dito sa Philippines, especially po sa Metro Manila. Thalassemia as a disease po is a genetic, lifelong blood disorder, pero very few people lang are aware of this one.
Sa research project po namin na integrative modeling of thalassemia, nag-combine po kami ng differential equations po dun sa problem sa research. Then, yung tinatry po niyang isolve is ano po yung possible number ng thalassemia cases sa place dito po sa Metro Manila, considering po yung factors na such as yung consanguinity po, yung age, and po yung gender po ng isang tao.
Meaning ko po talaga na even I does not know about this disease up until na-diagnose na po yung anak ko as a carrier. During the testing newborn screening natin, nagkaroon talaga ng problem dun sa daughter ko nga. And yung disease pala nito ay namamana. Tines ako at tines po yung asawa ko, ako pala yung may thalassemia. Ang research na to is something na that is personal, something na pwede pong meaningful, something na pwede kong i-share as a thalassemia carrier. Ang end output or an outcome talaga na gusto naming mangyari dito is makapag-create po ng isang mathematical model that will actually help us predict yung thalassemia cases po dito sa Metro Manila para at least matulungan ako, matulungan yung pamilya ko, matulungan yung anak ko, and at the same time po matulungan po yung future healthcare planning natin. Nung narinig ko kasing FOI, I thought na for the journalists lang siya, for the government agencies lang siya. And when I try signing in on this one, napansin ko po talaga na pwede pala siyang gamitin ng kahit na sinong researcher. Even senior high school pala could have an access on this FOI natin, and that through this one, you could actually create a more meaningful research using the real-world data na pwede nating makuha from the different government agencies.
I'm April Rhea Molina, Administrative Officer 3, and the overall DOH Freedom of Information Officer in our agency. Quite honestly, his requests are very complex. It required coordination with our Epidemiology Bureau to provide the data for him. So, pero just the same, we were able to provide the data naman.
Nung na-receive na po namin yung data from FOI, ginamit na po namin siya kaagad. Sinord po namin, depende po sa kailangan po namin na data sa age, sa gender, and sa type po ng thalassemia.
Yung data sa EFOI really help us to gather data po, and yung mga data po na yun is group namin siya into ungroup to group para po mas mabilis po namin siya ma-analyze po kung paano po namin siya i-implement po namin sa may mathematical model po namin.
When it comes to the results naman po, nakita namin dito na hindi po consistent yung reporting cases ng thalassemia dito sa Metro Manila, especially sa mga hospitals natin. May mga trends pa rin po tayong makita, or may mga trends pa rin po tayo na pwedeng gamitin for our model para po at the very least ma-predict natin kung saan pwedeng pinakamaraming thalassemia case natin at ano po yung pwedeng gamitin ng DOH patungkol po dito sa thalassemia cases natin.
Yung recommendation po namin sa research project po namin is i-consider po siya sa machine learning po or yung mga AI po para mas maayos po yung pag-predict ng number of cases.
Nanalo naman siya under sa division dito sa DepEd dito sa Taguig City. Unfortunately po, during the competition po sa regionals natin, hindi po siya nagkaroon ng place. However, we were actually given a special award. We were actually acknowledged by the Vita Lourdes Award for our project, especially in the medical field.
Yun yung nakakataba ng puso sa amin, no? So, marami kaming mga nare-receive na ganyan, na success stories, no? And I'm glad na in our own little way, we were able to help them to provide the data that they need. And also, we provide empowerment for them na to gain access to information at their fingertips. Mahalaga po na makakuha po tayo ng tamang impormasyon para po sa ikauunlad po ng bayan po natin.
I strongly recommend incoming college student to exercise the right to know kasi nga po to share po yung mga natutunan niyo po with each other and possibly innovate po sa mga nalalaman niyo po toward each other and can make the world better po.
Pwede niyo pong magamit yung FOI sa data na pwede niyo pong gamitin sa research niyo. And pwede niyo po siyang consider just in case nahihirapan po kayo maghanap ng data na related po dun sa pinag-aaralan niyo po. So, as a student, I strongly recommend po na gumamit po kayo ng FOI.
Siguro po ang pwede ko lang sabihin dito is that I am very thankful with the EFOI kasi through the services that we have rendered, through the services na nabigay niyo po sa amin, we were able to create or develop po yung mathematical model na gusto namin gawin about thalassemia case prediction. At dito ko po nakita na yung research pala namin, it's not just about the computation na lang, but it's all about the awareness, it's all about the families involved, and it's all about having a responsive healthcare system na sa bawat batang may thalassemia dito sa Pilipinas. And all in all po, pwede ko pong sabihin dito na kapag accessible po at transparent po yung government data natin, kapag transparent po yung mga information na pwede po nating makuha sa government po natin, then yung tunay na pagbabago po ay pwede nating makamit, hindi lang po sa healthcare system natin, pero sa bansa po natin.
What an amazing... What an amazing FY story that was. And now we welcome on stage Sir Christopher Paulo L. Ramirez of the Gig Science High School to share a few words.
Ayun po, so magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. I am Christopher Paulo Ramirez from the Gig Science High School and honored to share my FOI success story with everyone. So as you might have watched on the video, our initial goal lang naman talaga is to actually secure a topic that is meant for research competition. Pero under the math and computational science. Pero after finalizing po kasi our research paper, it became more than just beyond the winning the competition. It became something that is personal, something that has real impact in the community, especially para sa bawat batang may thalassemia dito sa Pilipinas. To tell you honestly, I was actually the one who suggested the research topic since my daughter was diagnosed with thalassemia, a lifelong genetic blood disorder na although hindi naman siya bago, pero people lack awareness of this one. At ang malungkot doon, namana niya sa akin yun. Naisip ko kasi na since it is something that I am concerned, it is something that I am experiencing right now, mas magiging madali na lang yung pagmomodeling namin kasi nga po, may totoong pasyente, may totoong pamilya behind the model, and that family was mine. However, when we started developing the model talaga, we immediately encountered a problem kung saan po kami kukuha ng reliable data. Kasi nga po, meron naman po mga data available in the internet, pero hindi siya complete at fragmented po yung data natin. And naisip ko kasi na kapag hindi po kasi credible yung data na gagamitin namin, then definitely po, our model will just be just another model na walang real-world impact, walang real-world connection. And that was when FOI, or Freedom of Information, entered our story. Through the FOI mechanism of the Department of Health, we requested officially reported thalassemia case records within the Metro Manila and sa mga different public hospitals po dito sa Metro Manila. Actually, akala ko nung una talaga, hindi kami mapagbibigyan kasi When I found out about FOI, akala ko this is for the journalist lang or for the large-scale research lang. Pero we were actually wrong. And with this one, we actually were given the data that we need and became the foundation of our research study. And as you have watched in the video po, nanalo po kami sa Division Science and Technology Fair, pero unfortunately, hindi na kami nanalo sa Regional Science and Technology Fair. Nalungkot ako at some point. Sino ba namang hindi malulungkot, di ba? Pero, after realizing the impact of our research paper, it is not just about winning na kasi. It's all about creating an impact not just to ourselves, not just to my family, not just to my community, but actually every thalassemia families or every family na may thalassemia sa kanilang buhay. And that FOI kasi transform our simple requests for data into an opportunity for research, learning, awareness, and possible healthcare impact. It showed na our students na kapag ang government information ay accessible at transparent, then pwede siyang maka-empower ng ordinary citizen, just like ours. Simple senior high school students that could contribute something talaga to the community. And today, I share this story with you. Kaya kung papansin nyo muna, siguro medyo nahihiya talaga ako sa camera for that one. But anyway, this is actually not mine alone naman. This is actually a story that I would like to share as a teacher, as a research mentor, as a father, and with my daughter na may thalassemia, and for every family that living with this particular blood disorder case. And hopefully, ang goal ko talaga dito is sana it will become part for a larger movement toward greater awareness, better information, and more responsive healthcare for thalassemia and other blood disorder diseases. And to everyone na may tanong sa isip, use your right to information, use your right to know. Magtanong tayo, maghanap, kasi malay natin, kagaya namin, yung information na hinahanap nyo will not just be another data, will not just be another number, but actually an information na pwedeng maging simula talaga ng tunay na pagbabago. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you for sharing your success stories, Sir Christopher. Your stories prove that access to information becomes meaningful when it is actually used. And after 10 years, stories like yours continue to show why the program exists in the first place.
We'd like to call again Sir Christopher Ramirez. And we'd also like to call on PCO Assistant Secretary Mariel Eduarte and Miss Casey of FOI-PMO to award the Certificate of Appreciation to Sir Christopher Ramirez. Let me read the citation. This Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Christopher Paulo Ramirez in recognition of his valuable participation and for courageously sharing his FOI success story, providing inspiration and valuable insights during the Freedom of Information 10th Anniversary Celebration entitled FOI at 10, A Decade of Transparency, a Commitment to Public Trust, given the 16th day of July 2026 at the Music Hall, Mall of Asia, Pasay City. Signed, Mariel Eduarte, Assistant Secretary for Executive and Institutional Affairs, Presidential Communications Office.
Ang galing, no, Sir Joey? Yung talagang, natin, no, pinipreach natin, lalo na with the youth, no, every time that we have like a chance to talk to them, na yung information, no, nasa sa kanila, how you'd use it.
It's actually FOI information, meaning a meaningful information and data.
Yes.
Okay. Again, maraming salamat muli, Sir Christopher. Let's give a big hand to him and to the research team for their work on predicting the number of thalassemia cases in Metro Manila.
Ayan. Every milestone offers an opportunity for us to reflect.
And every milestone also invites us to think about what comes next.
Yes, and as the FOI program enters a new decade, it does so with renewed commitment that reflects its continuous efforts to transparency, information accessibility, very important, and public trust.
Now to lead the ceremonial opening and the 10th year commemoration of the FOI program, let's give it up again for Assistant Secretary of Executive and Institutional Affairs of the Presidential Communications Office, Assistant Secretary Mariel Eduarte.
Asek?
Good morning, everyone. Over the past hour, we've relived a decade of the Freedom of Information program, its milestones, its partners, and the people whose stories remind us of why access to information matters. As we celebrate this 10th year, we also look ahead. This is our moment to recommit to the values that have guided us from the very beginning. Today, the FOI-PMO marks 10 years of championing transparency in the public sector. But beyond the milestone, this is 10 years of hard work and dedication, and the hope that every effort in this advocacy leads to governance that puts trust and service first for over 100 million Filipinos. And this celebration comes at a truly pivotal moment. In September 2025, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. certified as a priority legislative bill the Right to Information Bill. And we are seeing encouraging progress towards the passage of the RTI bill, a landmark measure that will guarantee transparency and accountability across every level of government and every future administration. This is the promise we hold on to, na ang kalaman ay karapatan. The FOI program has worked tirelessly for years to make this principle a living reality. Today, we move one step closer to ensuring that this right is strengthened, protected, and sustained for generations to come. And with that, I invite everyone to watch a short video presentation highlighting the milestones of the FOI-PMO and the lives that have been transformed by this program.
For a decade, we've opened pathways to government information because of the belief that this is held in public trust to enable your right to know. What started modestly soon grew into a nationwide effort, connecting thousands of people across the country to hundreds of government agencies. From public servants learning to build mechanisms and respond to requests, to citizens learning that access to information was something they could exercise, not just hope for. Public access slowly became part of everyday governance. More institutions joined the cause to inspire adoption of like frameworks. More actors were involved to promote this right. More sectors pushed conversations on a national law. Even during periods of uncertainty, the work did not stop, keeping up with new ways of connecting and delivering public service. Access remained possible when reliable information mattered most. Efforts became more inclusive, reaching communities often unrepresented and underserved, as access to information should not be limited by geography or circumstance. From then on, the Philippines became a part of larger regional and global discourse, sharing local experiences while learning from those outside its borders. And through these developments, initiatives were put in place for stronger systems and compliance. With changing times, evolving technologies, and rising public expectations, the work adapted alongside the nation it serves. Because access to information should not be brought to a standstill. It should persevere, challenging institutions to do better, and guiding a national law to gather momentum. Our commitment to serve lives on in practice, in partnership, in public service, because your right to know continues and deserves to move forward.
All right. Get those phones out and ready as we're about to intensify the energy of this celebration. And may we call on our distinguished guests to join PCO Assistant Secretary Mariela Duarte in the center, together with DBM Undersecretary Wilford Wong,
DTI Assistant Secretary Chris Ablan,
DBM Director Glenn Miranda,
PCG Spokesperson Jay Tariela,
Attorney Nepomuceno Malaluan of R2KRN,
Attorney Kirby Tibayan of UN, ODC,
and of course, FOI Program Division Chiefs, Krisha Casey Avihar and Attorney Danica Orculio. Ayan. Okay, now we are witnessing here on screen and there in front of you the actual ribbon cutting and also the unveiling of our 10th year logo. Alright. The special anniversary logo will be brought to life to commemorate 10 years of the FOI program, signifying our continuing and brighter pursuit for government transparency. So please count down with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Happy 10th year anniversary, FOI! And of course, the journey continues. And syempre, as the journey continues, we would like to have our partners with us, for the next decade. So 20 years.
So one decade leads to another decade.
Correct! Yan ang ating goal. And just like that, the FOI One-Stop Shop, which forms part of our decadal anniversary, is also launched. Another round of applause for our distinguished guests, everyone!
Palakpakan po natin lahat. And now, before we break for lunch, we invite everyone to visit the FOI One-Stop Shop and explore the services and information available from participating government agencies. Now, both our pre-registered and walk-in clients are welcome to avail the services from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
So tama po, yung inyong narinig. We have government services available here for you sa ating sa ating music hall. So everybody here in Mall of Asia, if you'd like to avail government services, they're open here. They're ready for you. And who are those participating agencies of the FOI One-Stop Shop? First up, we have the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI.
We also have Philippine Identification System,
Philippine Statistics Authority,
Department of Trade and Industry,
Bureau of Internal Revenue,
the Metropolitan Waterworks and Sewerage System Regulatory Office,
Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, or PhilHealth,
Professional Regulation Commission,
Social Security System, or SSS,
Department of Migrant Workers,
Home Development Mutual Fund, or PAG-IBIG,
and of course, the Freedom of Information Program Management Office.
Ayan. So if you would like to have your own account under the FOI, or if you would like to try the Freedom of Information, if it does really work, I challenge you, create your account right now dun sa booth, no?
Yes, create your eFOI account and request for information sa ating participating government agencies.
Okay, so now we are seeing our officials, our distinguished guests, going around our government agencies, partner agencies who are with us today. I think they're also eyeing kung ano yung service na kanilang gusto. We are also inviting everyone here in Mall of Asia, if you'd like to have your NBI, clearance, SSS, TIN ID, PSA for your birth certificates, they are here. You can just come here and then you can ask them what requirements they'd be needing for from you.
Yes, indeed, this is a one-stop shop of information and services of FOI making closer to people.
Yes. Kasi no, ang request for information di lang naman yung natatapos sa data sets, no? It's also about government services and what the government can actually offer our citizens.
Yes.
And so lahat po na nandyan sa balcony. If you would like to check out our booths here, they're ready for you. You can actually avail their services, no? So libre yung mga iba sigurong serbisyo, but for those who would have like siguro yung printing ng kanilang mga birth certificates, no? Ayan, yung kanilang yung
Not just birth certificate, but also relevant and meaningful data and information.
Yes. At saka, I think PRC, no? Kung meron tayong mga professionals dyan na kailangan i-renew yung kanilang mga IDs. Yan. Yung, pwede. Mga CPD units. Ayan. Kailangan ng yan. Please visit our booths here. You are welcome. Open po sila hanggang 4
p.m. Again, we have more than 10.
More than 10, yes. I think around 13 if I'm not mistaken.
Government agencies offering their data, statistics, and information and other services to the people.
Correct. And if you would like to learn more about the freedom of information, you can visit our website, www.foi.gov.ph, or you can visit our booth. Sir Zon is ready for you to assist you in creating your EFOI account.
Kung may tanong, EFOI na
yan. Correct. So once again, all our activities, everything will be open up until 4. And if you would like to stick around, because we will be having a lot of transparency talks later, and I'm sure you'll be able to get a thing or two that you can share with your friends, and you can enjoy as well the other booths that we have here for you. So please come and join us. We're here up until 4 in the afternoon. And for those who are with us, bon appetit, everyone. We'll break for lunch and see you later.
Again, if you're posting photos or videos from today's celebration, don't forget to tag and follow FOI Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Again, it's Freedom FOI Philippines. That's Freedom of Information on Facebook and Instagram. And use the hashtags FOI at 10, Trust Through Transparency, and Right to Know PH.
True. Once again, we invite everyone there at the balcony trying to figure out, getting curious what's happening here. We invite you to check it out. Our booths are here. They're going to be open 1 to 4, ready for you.
Again, we have NBI, PhilSys, PSA,
DTI, BIR, MWSSRO, and then PhilHealth,
PRC,
SSS,
DMW,
correct? Home Development Mutual Fund, or ang hinahanap ng lahat, Pag-ibig,
and of course, the FOI-PMO.
Yes, they are here. And also our guests, if you would like to visit our booths, pwede din po kayo. And we also have our photo booth here ready for you guys. I think they'll be opening at 1 after the lunch break.
And after your selfie or groupie, again, use the hashtag FOI at 10, Trust Through Transparency, Right to Know PH. That's your hashtags for today.
All right, I think we've got everything covered. So, kayo na lang po ang iniintay namin, no? Hinanda na po namin ito sa inyo, no, as our 10th year gift sa ating mga supporters. And I hope po, no, you take advantage of this.
So again, the One-Stop Shop is already open?
Yes, they are 1 p.m. They'll be
Okay.
opening at 1 p.m. But I think some are already ready. So you can check out siguro na ask them if you need to prepare anything. So by 1 p.m., pwede na lang pumila na lang, no? And then you can already avail their service.
I guess that's it.
At saka, hindi lang siya sa pag-avail ng service ha, Sir Joey. Yung iba sa kanila naghanda din ng mga exciting games. Of course, pag may games, may exciting prizes. Ayan. And the FOI booth, guys, I tell you, visit it because marami siyang mga exciting prizes. Ayan. Kung gusto nyong makita, no, si Sir Zon at si Attorney Kate, they're ready for you. Okay, we'd like to also share with everyone that this event will be running for 2 days. So just in case if you have friends, that you'd like for them to avail government services or alam nyo na kailangan nilang mag-NBI, kailangan na nilang kumuha ng birth certificate at kung ano-ano pa yan, no? Pwede kayong bumalik ulit din dito bukas. Our booths are still here, no? Our government civil servants are ready to serve you here at SM Mall of Asia. Ayan. And we also have Starbucks. Ayan, if we have teachers here, kung kayo po ay interesado, no, kung paano makatulong, especially with distance learning, no? Ayan. You can partner with them. They're also here, ready for you, ready to discuss their services. Okay, once again, 1 o'clock, you can come and visit our booths, or you can stay here and listen to our transparency talks later.
So again, my name is Joey Jimenez.
And I'm Trish Maranan.
We'll see you again later after this lunch break.
See you again, guys. Okay. So dahil makulit tayo at gusto natin talagang ma-utilize ng ating mga mall goers dito sa Mall of Asia, dahil target namin kayo no maging FOI advocates. Ayan. Ayan, okay. Hindi na kinaya ng mic ng aking partner.
Mic test 1, 2, 3 again. For those mall goers, this is the 10th year anniversary of the Freedom of Information Philippines.
Yes. Yan. So, hinanda po namin talaga ito, no, sa inyo. Itong one-stop shop na ito. Inisip namin what would be the best gift, no, to give to our supporters sa buong isang dekada na sinuportahan nila tayo, that they utilize the FOI program, padalain ang kanilang buhay, no, by bringing government closer to them.
The photo booth is already open for those who are availing our one-stop shop. So again, use our hashtag for this anniversary. We have hashtag FOI10, trust through transparency, and hashtag right to know.
Ayan. So, pagkatapos yung kumain, pwede kayo magkape, tapos habang nagkakape, ikot-ikot kayo dun sa booth. No, I think that will be a perfect exercise activity after having your lunch and see, no, maybe meron pala kayong kailangan applyan na government service, no, or kung meron kayong kailangan na information, you can visit our booth and create your account, no, para I think we have around 700 plus government agencies onboarded at the EFOI portal. So once you create your account, if you need an information, a data set, no, you can already request for it at the touch of your fingertip.
Yes, again, please visit the FOI-PMO booth and register as an EFOI user. Madali lang yan.
Yan. Kaya nga,
FOI mo
mo
yan.
na yan. Diba? So once
And we
again,
have more than 10. Kahit 10 tayo ngayon, no? We
Oo.
have more than 10
I think around 13.
government agencies for
Ready
our
for you.
one-stop shop
True.
in their orange and blue
Boots, yes. Pipili na lang kayo. If you like orange or if you like blue, yan. Lahat yan, no? Ready po talaga silang bigyan kayo ng serbisyong totoo. And if you have questions, no, not necessarily kailangan nila mag-avail ng government service. If you just have questions about your SSS account, how to avail a PhilHealth.
account,
Yes,
yes.
oo.
For how to start a business because DTI.
Yes, DTI is there para sa ating mga small, medium entrepreneurs. Ayan. If you would like to start your own small business, no, that would help eventually yung ating mga citizens then by giving
Make your
jobs.
questions naman relevant to the government agency na pupuntahan ninyo.
Yes, I'm sure nag-iisip na yung ating mga citizens, no? Lalo na yung mga nandyan sa balcony. Hello po. Baba po kayo dito mamaya. Visit our booths. Try to ask questions. Avail of their services, no? Take advantage kasi hindi niyo na po kailangan pumila para kumuha ng NBI, para kumuha ng TIN. Ayan, no? Dire-diretso. Pwede na po kayo agad. Yes, I think it ended na yung ating mga nasa Facebook page. Pero just in case we're still live, thank you very much for staying with us up until this time. Thank you. Ayan. Sana nag-leave kayo ng comment, no, para
We'll read them later this afternoon if we have time.
Yes, we will. Oh, definitely yan.
We will acknowledge all our masugid na taga-suporta ng FOI.
True. Ayan. So again, please visit our booths. Check if you need anything or if you have questions sa inyong government. We have 13 here. But if you create your account sa EFOI, you have
more than 700.
Yes. And kulang na lang kasi around sa executive branch, we have around 952, 35 government agencies, no, under the executive branch.
Including local government units.
LGUs, no, started already onboarding sa ating portal, no. We have Pasig. Yan. So, marami na rin. So, kung ano pa kayo, hindi pa kayo committed, no, to create your account, please visit www.foi.gov.ph and see what that portal has in store for you.
At this point, we're going to have a photo ops.
Yes.
First, we have...
Okay, everybody, we hate to interrupt your lunch. Pasensya na po, but may we request everyone to please come here in front for a quick photo op. Yan. So, paano po ba natin to gagawin for our photographers?
To our guests.
Ayan. So, dinedirect na po ng ating mga photographers how they would like this to proceed.
Let's go po on stage sa ating mga guests.
Okay. Ushers, please usher our VIPs on top of the stage.
Next, after this, please stand by sa ating mga FOI-PMO staff.
Yes. Let's commemorate this moment through a photo opportunity.
FOI-PMO staff, please stand by. Kayo po ang next sa ating photo ops.
So again, after the photo opportunity with our officials and our distinguished guests, next we will be calling on the FOI-PMO staff for the 10th year photo opportunity. Yeah, once again, partner, no? Salamat sa ating mga dumalo sa ating program. Opening salvo.
Of the 10th year anniversary of the Freedom of Information. Kung may tanong ka, i-FOI mo na yan.
Correct. www.foi.gov.ph.
Again, please stand by, FOI-PMO staff.
For your photo opportunity.
For your photo op. Maraming salamat po to our guests. Okay, FOI-PMO staff.
Guys, let's go. Tayo na tayo sa para mabilis. Come on up, everyone. FOI-PMO staff, kompleto na ba? Magpipicture na. Okay, wala na.
Again, thank you very much. Happy 10th year
kasama?
of information.
Video.
Video kayo yan. Okay.
Okay, everybody, FOI at 10 and then clap at the end, okay? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One more.
Okay,
One more.
energy, yung kunwari sumahod, ganon. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. FOI at 10!
Huwag mong sabihing malay ko.
Thank you po.
Alamin mo ang totoo.
Okay, back to work, guys.
Ngayong malaman ang kasaysayan.
Again, Ms. Fish, this is FOI at 10, a decade of transparency, a commitment to public trust.
Yes.
Haka-haka, mas malaya ka kung may malay ka. Mas malaya ka kung may malay
FOI at 10, the journey continues.
And of course, we're going to continue this celebration up until this afternoon.
Yes.
But at this point, we're going to have our lunch break.
Yes. So we'd be ready for our citizens.
Pagbabago, hakbang tungo sa tunay na progreso. Ito ay para sa lahat, di lang sa nakaaangat. Kaya tayo'y makialam para sa ating bayan. Hindi na pwedeng malay ko pa dyan, at di na pwedeng walang pananagutan. Buksan na ang pinto.